as a standard has made a huge difference in Canada and in other places of the world as well in reducing environmental impact and at the same time creating the green economy and improving the health of Canadians.
On the services side, it's created a whole new set of services, really. You can talk about LEED consultants, which would be an obvious one, but also energy modeling, commissioning, companies which are performing indoor air quality audits.
And LEED has played a big role, I think, in developing the energy modeling practice across Canada. There's now a large, knowledgeable, experienced pool of talent that are performing energy modeling services, and I think that's in large part as a result of the LEED program.
LEED being the standard that it is, the wide sweeping standard, it offers a perspective that is the industry perspective. So it's not my perspective or another individual's. It's a joint perspective, and rating against that provides something that you can compare other buildings to at the same time. I think it's critical.
Well, there's nothing like a third-party verification by accredited professional. I think people tend to, most of the time, either over-report their performance or under-report their performance, and it's a good way to make sure that what you report is neutral and it's technically sound.
It is the occupant's seal of assurance that that property has been designed and is operated to the highest environmental standards.
We now have the architects and the engineers working towards common goals. Building code is only a minimum acceptable standard for a safe building. Owners are now looking at the parameters within the LEED framework and recognizing that as quality.
What we find as a company is, I think, a lot of the things that the market would consider as a best practice 5 years ago has now become an industry standard as a result of the LEED program. And an example of that in the new building sector would be how we deal with construction waste. And I think now you'd be hard pressed to find a new construction project that doesn't have a construction waste management plan.
There's another level that we could go into, which is all about the health and well-being of the inhabitants, whether it be workers, whether it be a hospital, whether it be a school. And I think now we place a lot more investment in the health of us, of everyone, as well as the quantitative and qualitative values that are around energy, water, waste reduction, all of those kinds of things.
There was a human need to have better quality buildings. Those building owners can now request higher rents.
We are seeing tenants that are only looking at LEED certified buildings. LEED certification has allowed the green building industry to have yet another benchmark, and LEED really captures that triple bottom line piece.
The quality of space, quality of student life. In the past, we used to cram people in as tightly as we could. That was the focus, trying to get maximum value for space. I think the paradigm has shifted and it's now quality. You're still trying to get value for money, and it's a triple stool. It's economic, social, and environmental. You're trying to get the sweet spot in the middle, and that's basically like LEED.
We've used LEED to compare to our existing practices, improve them where need be. It's allowed us to plan. And then lastly, it's allowed us to brag.
I think you'd be hard pressed almost to find a new commercial office building that's being built nowadays that's not targeting LEED Gold or LEED Platinum. Or even colleges and universities are looking to green buildings as a strategy to attract top talent to their schools.
Ultimately, green buildings are a point of differentiation. So our ability to brand our properties as LEED certified, our ability to meet the rigorous standards of LEED certification are an important and integral part of our differentiation, and allow us to produce industry-leading occupancy levels, which in turn translates to return for our members.
It's critical that we make our buildings more efficient, more green and sustainable, and that as cities, we take urgent action to mitigate the impacts of climate change through our building policy.